Even the Office of Police Oversight exonerated both Chris Taylor and Carl Crecia. This case never, ever should have been brought to trial. Now, we're in the business of justice around here. It's what we do. It's how we've chosen to spend our lives. We respect juries and we respect jury decisions, but we can't respect a jury decision when a jury is caught during deliberations using their laptops, using their phones to research outside news stories and other propaganda about Detective Taylor. That's the only reason, in my opinion, that Chris Taylor was convicted. Because as the Court of Appeals said, the evidence in this case used to convict Chris Taylor was insufficient as a matter of law. There's been a lot of discussion about the decedent's mental health state. The Court of Appeals decision made clear that that is completely irrelevant. Every officer and every citizen has a fundamental right to self-defense when faced with a lethal threat, regardless of the attacker's mental state. This includes when somebody is trying to commit suicide by cop, which is what was going on in this case. The district attorney's case rested on an absurd notion that the officers should have taken the stairs rather than use the elevator. It's simply ridiculous for the district attorney's office to try to substitute their tactical expertise for trained law enforcement officers. Jose Garza has spent millions and millions of dollars pursuing Chris Taylor. Thankfully, this has come to an end, and Chris and his family can get on with their life. I'm happy to take a few questions.
Where does that put us in the legal process with what the court has done, which is so unusual?
Yes, so the court has declared Chris innocent, and they've entered a judgment of acquittal. We were going to have to go back next door into the district court and have a short hearing where Judge Blasey will reform the trial court judgment, and then the case will be over.
Completely over. The DA's office can do nothing.
The DA's office has a couple options available to them. They have 15 days to appeal to the 7th Court of Appeals asking for reconsideration. However, that would be, it's highly unlikely given what they did in the Crecia case. How could they go into the 7th Court with a straight face and say your decision on Taylor is wrong when we dismissed the Crecia case? They also could petition for discretionary review at the Court of Criminal Appeals. Again, it's highly unlikely that they would do that. However, given Jose Garza's obsession with Chris Taylor, maybe they will. But it'll be a futile attempt to try to salvage a victory when the appeals court decision is such a smackdown. Other questions?
Excuse me, from Fox 7 here. It says here in your press release you stated that DA Garza was exploiting this event for political gain at the direction of the Wren Collective. Who and what is the Wren Collective?
Yeah, so the Wren Collective is a George Soros funded organization that provides campaign contributions to Jose Garza and other progressive prosecutors around the country. In return for those campaign donations and financing, the district attorney's office has agreed to take policy direction from the Wren Collective. And I believe it's the Wren Collective that really is making a lot of the decisions in terms of officer cases here in Travis County. There's a complete 62-page report about this dilemma, including footnotes published by the Law Enforcement Legal Defense Foundation. you can take this with you, and I can email a copy of this report to anybody who would like to have a copy. Other questions?
My question's for the Austin Police Association. Can we say if Taylor is going to try and get his job back at APD?
I mean, ultimately, the decision is his. I believe that he is entitled to get his job back at the department if that's what he chooses to do. You know, it was a administrative decision based on his licensure status as a result of the conviction. So I believe that he is eligible to get his license back, and if he wants to come back, that's up to him.
What have you heard from him?
I mean, we've talked to them. Obviously, the priority right now is dealing with the criminal aspect, and so obtaining his job back and getting reinstated is an administrative one, and that's just a whole other process that has to work itself out. So right now, we're just dealing with the Court of Appeals ruling, and next phase will come here shortly.
I don't know. Oh, go ahead.
Betty, more to the point perhaps of your question, we called Chris last night.
Yep.
Lindsay Adams, one of my co-counsel on the case, and the appellate attorney Rick Wetzel, we called Chris. And he was thrilled and ecstatic and happy about this recent development.
Surprised, or, I mean, it's been such a long process for him.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say Chris has become accustomed to all this, and so he takes it day by day, event by event, but there's no denying this is a huge victory, and not only for Chris, but his entire family. Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate you guys coming out. Press packets are over here with Tyla, and please make sure she gets your contact info. Do you want to take this one? You got it now.
He wants some close-ups.
Did you get Lindsay?
Sure.
Did you get Lindsay?
I did not
Lindsay
get
Adams?
Lindsay. I don't think I did this time.
Doug, do you think Chris is going to want to say anything?
No.
Do you think maybe when it's all resolved?
Probably not.
I probably wouldn't either.
Yeah.